Susan Cox Powell. Now that name may be familiar to many of you. She was the young Utah mom who went missing nearly 10 years ago. So what happened to Susan? Where did the investigation go wrong? And what took place since that may have you floored? Oxygen's two-night special event, The Disappearance of Susan Cox Powell. It airs this Saturday and Sunday. And here with what we can expect is Susan's mother, Judy, along with investigative journalist Stephanie Bauer. It's great having both of you. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Judy, let's start with you. Obviously, this story is heart-wrenching, and unlike us, we're watching as viewers. You lived this. This is your daughter. Tell us about your daughter and what happened on the night of December 6th, 2009.
Well, that was a Sunday, and she went to church, and then later on, she had a friend come over to help with some yarn, and Josh chose to make pancakes for everyone, and that was very questionable because he doesn't cook. Yeah. And he made them individually, and that it wasn't in his way of doing things, and it was women's work, and so we were surprised about that. And then when she wasn't feeling well, we felt that she possibly could have been poisoned. Wow. Or whatever. So I think she went back and laid down to rest. And then Josh supposedly took the boys and left for sledding, and then came back and then took them to go camping after midnight in a snowstorm. So yeah, we were very concerned and knew there was a problem. Yeah, something's definitely amiss there, and as it often happens, the police are investigating missing persons case. What's going on? Stephanie, tell us about the case and where that investigation fell short.
Sure. I think the main problem is that the investigators ran out of time. As you'll watch the show, you'll see that there's tragic events that just kept happening, and Josh ended up killing himself and his two young children. Yeah. So while law enforcement definitely thought that he was responsible for Susan's disappearance, they didn't do anything about it in time. And now who can be held responsible? Were there other influencers there? We look into Josh's father, Stephen Powell, in the series, and we bring up a new theory that we think could be a distinctive timeline on Susan's last moments. And as Judy mentioned, there's the pancakes, and there's the fact that he went camping, and then once Susan went missing, he moved, and he canceled her cell phone and canceled the babysitters as if he knew she wasn't coming home. Wow. We're going to look into all of that in this series. It's absolutely ridiculous. I know that the husband and the kids, unfortunately, all perished a few years after her disappearance. The story with the father is really kind of creepy. Supposedly he had an infatuation with her. He did. He had a severe infatuation with her, and Susan had told her parents and friends that she thought her father-in-law liked her, and he definitely made her uncomfortable. But only now are we able to see these hours and hours and hours of home video that he had of Susan. He was recording without her knowing, everything from under the bathroom door through just down the hallway where she couldn't even see that he was there. Very sick and disturbing stuff, and what we can put on TV, we are going to air so people can see what you really need to be careful with when you're living with someone or you're unsure of a situation. We want everyone to see that, and hopefully it will provide some answers about the final moments of Susan's life. Saw a couple of pieces of that video just now, and it really is kind of disturbing. Judy, really quickly, this is about finding closure for you, finding the truth. Well, what is this about for you?
This is getting her name back out there, and it's something that all women should know and be able to realize it could happen to them. Yeah. And if you feel uncomfortable or things don't seem right, listen to that feeling and get out of the relationship and get help. And so I want people to know that it's important that they look at their relationships and how they're being treated. No question. Judy, my heart goes out to you and your family. Stephanie, great job on this, and it's great talking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Learn more about the disappearance of Susan Cox Powell in a two-night special event. It's this Saturday and Sunday on Oxygen, 7 p.m. showtime. To find the channel on your provider, you can visit the website on your screen. Oxygen is a proud sponsor of The Morning Blend.